Hello everyone, this is Nowrid and welcome to this special video. Right now we all know that the whole world is kind of in a lockdown situation. Yes, we are lucky in Malaysia. It's getting better here and the movement control order is kind of lifted from May 4. So first, I would like to thank all the frontliners who really worked hard to keep the whole Malaysia safe, keep us safe, keep this community safe. But I mean, I think we all know that this lockdown wasn't same for everyone. Yes, we are lucky. We had money, we had job, we had food, we have salary, but it wasn't same for the people who were depending on the daily wages, and they were in really trouble. So some of them were not sure how they can secure enough food or enough money for their family. So in this difficult period of time, we are very lucky. We have some amazing brands and amazing people among us who have stepped up and helped them and come as a hero, I must say, because I think they are kind of like unnoticed, whereas we all focusing on frontliners, but these people I feel like unnoticed. So today I have one hero with me, and she is going to tell how she and her company um, take some amazing steps and spread their kindness. So guys, let me introduce Suzanne from PichaEats, and she is the Chief Marketing Officer of PichaEats, and she is also Forbes 30 under 30. But as I mentioned, today she's going to talk less about herself and more about the kindness she has spread. So how are you, Suzanne, today?
I'm doing okay. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. So, Suzanne, actually, I was reading an article,
Yeah.
and in that article, your CEO was saying
Mm-hmm.
that before the pandemic, we worked a lot of corporation that needed catering for events,
Yeah.
but now we are focusing on individuals who need to provide food for their families at home. So, what inspired you guys, especially PichaEats, to set out and start such initiative?
Okay, so we have been around for 4 years, and our main focus is in buffet catering and also food delivery. But for the past 4 years, about 60% of our sales came mainly from the corporates, like caterings, conferences, and so on. And in the beginning of this year, since January, all these events has been cancelled because of COVID. So that has impacted us. So the impact on the business has actually started since January, not since MCO started for us. And when that happened, because all our chefs are refugee mothers, they are trained chef, but they are all mothers from the refugee community, and their cooking and their cooking is the main source of income for their family. So when the number of sales dropped in January and February, our family started struggling as well because they need to pay rental and things like that. And it has reached a point where our chefs are struggling financially that we were actually coming up with a loan system to help them through this
Okay.
period because we weren't sure what the situation would be. Like in end of February, everything was very, very uncertain. But
True.
what happened was when MCO started, we immediately decided that right now everyone's at home, so we can deliver food to homes. Like you will be home for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and yes, you can cook every day, but you can also have a few days where you have food delivery. So what we did was with all our corporate meal sets and all our party packages, we downsized it to 5 packs. It was 10 packs minimum before that. So we downsize everything to 5 packs because that's the average number of like a family. And yeah, that was, I wouldn't say what inspired us, but it's more like we were pushed to make decisions like this because it's a time where everyone just need to keep changing and be agile. So that was what happened. Yeah.
Okay. Then actually on that the same article, I was reading something about Zaza movement. That's
Yeah.
actually one of the motivational factor for you guys to start this initiative. So would you please explain a little bit about this Zaza movement?
Okay, so for Zaza Movement, I just wanted to clarify the initiative we mentioned earlier, the home delivery.
Right.
It is basically delivering food to homes, and it's a paying order, which means you
Okay.
order food from Picha, and all the food is cooked by the chefs from the refugee community, and the food is delivered to your family, and it's really delicious. Like we got so
Okay.
many feedback from WhatsApp that they really enjoyed the food, their kids really enjoyed the food. But as for Zaza Movement, it's a different initiative from that.
Yes.
So for Zaza Movement, what happened was we started Zaza Movement 3 years ago. After one of our chef, Zaza, he's from Syria. He was one of our pioneer chef. But unfortunately he passed away 3 years ago due to cancer. It was about this time. He passed away 8th of May, so it's actually coming up really soon. But 2 weeks before he passed away, he actually mentioned that he wanted, when he get discharged from the hospital, he wants to give out food for free at the mosque during Buka Puasa time as a way for him to give back to Malaysians. And he also said that he wanted to do that under the name of Picha, not under his personal name, because that's how he wanted to give back. But unfortunately, 2 weeks later, he passed away. It was very, very heartbreaking for all of us. And in memory of him, we started the Zaza Movement, where we give out food to people who needs it in his name. So that was how the Zaza Movement started 2 years ago. And when the MCO was announced, we got approached by an organization to provide food to the frontliners because they needed extra support. And we thought, okay, we will sponsor the meals. So the sponsorship comes from the Zaza Movement funds. And we said yes to support the meals. But what we realized after that was a lot of other people also want to chip in. They also want to be part of this movement, which is why we relaunched the whole Zaza Movement, where we invite anyone who wants to be part of this to chip in what they can. It doesn't matter, 10 ringgit, 50 ringgit, 1,000 ringgit, whatever that you can afford is fine, because all the contribution go to a pool of funds, and from that pool of funds we distribute the food out. So as of now, we have delivered as of now, since the beginning of MCO, we have delivered near to 20,000 meals to about 40 locations. So they are different hospitals like Hospital Sungai Buloh, Hospital Sedang, Hospital Putrajaya. Because in all these hospitals, a lot of the cafeteria is closed due to safety measures. Right. So and they don't have time to go out and like buy food or go on Grab to order. So having sponsorship really helps, where they are busy in their day-to-day and they just grab a box and they have a meal. So that was what we do for the hospitals. And we also provide food for communities, as you mentioned, who depend on day-to-day wages. So so for those, we provide hot meals to different PPR community, refugee community, even old folks home who are running low on funds because a lot of funders have pulled out because economy isn't good. So we've been distributing food to different parts of KL. And for Kim, the COO, she is also raising funds on the side to get groceries for families. And so far, they have given groceries for about 650 families. So the groceries will last them for a week to 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, and the reason why, like for the Zaza Movement, we do hot meals. Like some people might ask us, why do you do hot meals when groceries might last them longer? But for the hot meals, it has a double impact, where it's not just the family receiving food, having a meal, but the families who are cooking the food, they are earning a livelihood from there as well. And this is their monthly income to sustain for their whole family. Yeah. So actually, so that's what we started.
That was my next question actually. So I was as you mentioned that most of the cooks you have from Syria, Afghanistan and Palestine. So kind of your initiative is kind of helping the refugees who are looking for jobs or who are looking for some incomes, so they can cook this food and they can earn some money, as well as that food is going to the frontliners and also some people who are really looking for the foods, right?
Yes, correct.
So how was that process synced? I mean, it's not easy to find out that kind of chefs and that kind of people. So how you guys managed to sync it so well?
You mean the chef side or the community side?
Both sides.
Okay, so for the chefs, because they are cooking, we have a very strict SOP. So this is something that we have internally, that it's extremely strict, so that the food that comes out from the kitchen are all safe to be consumed and delicious as well. We have our SOP where we interview them, we meet them for assessment and interview, and then they must go for hygiene handling, food hygiene and food safety classes, and they also have to get typhoid injection. and
Okay.
they go through trainings and market tests as well before their products go to market. So for that, we have our own SOP. It usually takes
Okay.
about 2 months to onboard and train a chef to become part of Picha. And for the community, you have a very good point. For community, how do we assess whether they are legit or not, right? So
Exactly.
we go through NGOs and PICs. So, for example, for a PPR flat, the community leader might reach out to us directly and say that, hey, I have 50 families here. We are struggling financially, and as long as we find the PIC credible, or we cross check with other people to confirm that this is a credible source, and then we engage with them. But most of the time, we partner with GoJob. GoJob is a social enterprise that works with marginalized communities. Before MCO, they do laundry, which means they engage with the marginalized community to work in their laundry shop, I think, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
So during this period of time, they are in contact with a lot of the communities. So they became the center point where they send the request to us. We fulfill the request, but they are the middle person that assess the community. Yeah,
Okay.
and for all hospitals, we are all in touch with a PIC from the hospital so that there will be no food wastage.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. So my next question is a bit specific. So
Yeah.
as you mentioned, like around approximately 40,000 people have received foods from this initiative by
20,
PichaEats.
20,000.
Sorry,
20.
20,000. I'm sorry. Yeah, so
No worries.
20,000 people has got the food. But if I'd like to be specific, do you know like how many frontliners approximately got the food and how many people was on need? And also, as it was also an initiative what helping the others,
Yeah.
I mean the cooks to earn. So how many people actually getting paid during this pandemic through this initiative?
Okay, hold on, yeah.
Yes,
For the how many meals are sent to where? The last I calculated was actually
just
last
just
weekend.
just approx,
So
approx,
yeah.
yeah.
I think about maybe 8 to 9 thousand meals that are
89,000.
that has been sent to the frontliners out of the 20,000 meals, and then the rest are split across the PPR community, the PPR community and the refugee community. And as for the
Okay.
chef, currently we have for the chef we count by family unit. So we
Okay.
have 12 families that are cooking currently. So 12 families, but each family has about 5 people. So the
Hmm.
income covers the whole family. And in some family, like the grandmother cooks with the grandma and the mom cooks together. Some the husband and wife cook together. So the total number of chefs is more than 12. But by
Okay.
families, it's 12 families who are cooking. Yeah.
Okay. So we can say like this initiative helps 12 family ensure the
Yeah.
income for like 12 family and the
Mm.
12,000 people who really need for the food and also
Yeah.
8,000 frontliners. Wow.
Yeah. About
Amazing
that.
numbers. Amazing numbers. So yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, and all
Mm.
we know, like it starts all of a sudden. Probably there was no specific plan we had 2 months back, and then we started like that.
Yeah.
It's all happened suddenly for everyone, but now as it started, and
Mm.
I feel like it's really a great initiative. So, what is the next phase of operation and growth for this particular thing, and also for PichaEats?
For this particular you mean the Zaza movement, is it?
Yeah, the Zaza movement
Okay.
and helping the people who are in crisis.
Yeah, so for the Zaza movement currently, we are looking into iftar meals for the frontliners. So the buka
Okay.
puasa meal, so that we are getting in more people to chip in as well. So that's for one. But on the community side, I would say right now it is kind of tricky. Because I think currently there are a lot of organizations out there as well that has been giving groceries. So Picha is not the only organization that is doing this. There's a lot of amazing organizations out there that's doing this as well. Masala Wheels has been giving hot meals. Heidi from Refuge for the Refugee, Epic Homes, they have been giving groceries to Orang Asli. And I think they've given out like 3,000 families,
Yeah.
groceries and things like that.
Yeah, I
So
think I saw Heidi one. Yeah, Heidi Kua, right? Her name.
yes, Heidi Kwa. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
insane.
yeah,
Wow, that skill, heads up. Really, really
yeah.
salute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for now, Kim, who is the CEO. She's the person in charge liaising with all that. So she said that the requests are still coming in, but our funds actually are already running low now. So we raised enough for about 20,000 meals, but currently it sort of has stopped. I mean, because MCO keeps getting extended, the whole spirit
Yeah.
of I want to give, it's sort of like habis dah. And right now
Yeah.
with MCO being lifted, we are actually honestly not very sure how it will look like for the community. Like, will they go back out and work and get their daily wages? We are really not sure. I mean, no one has a blueprint of how this will work out.
True.
So on this, we are not sure, but based on the request that we receive, we will try our best to meet the request. So that's for the Zaza movement. As for PichaEats, before the COVID hits, as you mentioned, no one knew it was coming. Our goal this year was to expand on buffet catering. We wanted to improve our services. We wanted to double the number of like clients and orders for buffet catering specifically. We wanted to push it to more weddings, home parties, and things like that. But again, it's not going to happen. So this year, right now, we have to look more into home deliveries. So basically, coming out with more products and packages that suits home. So for example, Mother's Day is coming up, and we have a
Okay.
special Mother's Day set that is catered for family, and we
Great.
partner with Bloom This that brings the flowers together with the meal, and we
Okay.
also have like Ramadan Raya hampers, and we also have sourdough, things like that. So basically, we try to come up with things that the market needs, but
True.
it's also the niche of Picha. So yeah, so right now moving forward, have to focus a lot more on home deliveries. Yeah,
Yeah, and
home
also
deliveries.
kind of like test and trial as well.
Yeah, and when now people start getting back to work, we are also exploring to partner with corporates as well to provide, let's say, ready to go meals in their pantries so that the
Hmm.
team doesn't have to go out and eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Susan, like I think I told you and your CEO that this video has one objective, and that
Yeah.
if anyone saw this video and
Yeah.
if they would like to, if they get motivated to help
Mm.
others, that would be great. But if
Yeah.
anyone would like to contribute the help, I mean, or would like to work with PichaEats to help others,
Yeah.
how can they reach you, or how can anyone contact PichaEats? Is there any way?
Okay. Yeah, you can look for us, PichaEats, PichaEats, via LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Basically, just send us a DM. We will respond to you there. Or if you see this on LinkedIn, just message us on LinkedIn. But I think
Okay.
what you can do that will definitely help is in three ways. So the first is to be part of the Zaza movement, contribute whatever that you can, and the meals go to the community that needs it. And the second way is if you are back to work and if your team or your company needs food to eat in the office while you work, then do consider us as well. And if you are at home and you would like to order some food, you want to take a break from cooking, we are here for you as well. And we have a wide range of things. We have desserts, brownies, we have rice, we have snacks, we have like samosas and things like that. So just go to our website and explore.
It motivates me to order. I'm going to order very soon.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're almost to the end, but Suzanne, before we finish, do you like to say anything? Because we know, like from May 4,
Yeah.
Malaysia is getting back to almost normal life.
Yeah.
It's also a great news, but also I feel like some people are a bit stressed that
Mm-hmm.
how it will be, or is it increasing the chance of like infection? So, do you like to say anything to the audience?
Okay, I would say
Yeah.
stay safe, stay vigilant. If there is no need to go out or go around, just stay home. Even though MCO has been lifted, and I think one silver lining that we see from this whole situation is that we see a lot of people reaching out to each other. We see a lot of businesses helping out each other. We see a lot of collaboration and partnership, and I think that is really the spirit that we have always wanted to see among Malaysians, and it has come out through a crisis, which I think is great. And I just hope that this will continue, even though everything goes back to normal one day. That this spirit doesn't die off. That we remember that we have gone through a crisis together, and without each other we wouldn't have survived. And I think another thing is also to to count our blessings as well, I would say, like, if we are here watching this live, we are blessed, we are privileged in some ways. Even though, yes, we might have lost our job, we some of us might have lost our business, but we are still,
Alive
how do I say? Yeah, we are still alive. We
and
are,
healthy.
yeah, and nothing cannot be overcome through like hard work and determination. And we have our rights, we have our basic rights, we have our citizenship and things like that. And there are a lot of communities out there who don't even have the basic rights, like they don't have insurance, they don't have a status, even they are stateless. And I think as we go through this period of time, let's think of how we can also reach out to others, and just, just do what we can within our capacity to uplift others as well through this period. And I think another thing, as you mentioned, everyone might feel very stressed out, like what's going to happen in the future. The truth is, no one knows. Like, we are all experiencing for the first time, and if you feel anxious, if you feel stressed out, don't worry, you're not alone. The whole world is in this together, and I think we can get out of this together as well.
True, definitely we will. So thanks a lot, Susan. That's actually all from us. I hope this whole conversation between you and me will, if motivate people to be more positive, to be more optimistic, and also I believe this video will motivate at least one person in this community to help others. And as you mentioned, that's how we can overcome this situation, and we must win in this situation.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Susan. Thanks again.
No
Bye-bye.
problem.